Happening now, the man who allegedly fled police, then held a woman hostage for hours this month, is now formally facing charges in the case. Plus, it's graduation season. We check in with two of the largest schools in our area.
Well, the sunshine is going to be filtered by clouds this afternoon, then the humidity is up from here. We'll talk about where it's headed next as the news at noon starts now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
The man who allegedly held a woman hostage during an hours-long standoff in the Cattaraugus Reservation in Collins this month has been formally charged in the case. Thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. The Erie County District Attorney's Office says that 43-year-old Hiram Rivera was arraigned virtually for felony second-degree kidnapping and second-degree criminal use of a firearm, along with second-degree menacing and fourth-degree criminal possession of a weapon. New York State Police say that Rivera, who was wanted in connection with a home invasion in the town of Stockton, fled troopers in a high-speed chase on Tuesday, June 8th. That chase, police say, ended after Rivera slammed into another car, which then started fire. Rivera got out of his car, video showing him taking a passenger inside as a hostage. He dragged that woman into a wooded area near Versailles Plank Road. Police say he was armed with a handgun and a knife at the time. The woman was released in good health before Rivera was taken into custody. He could spend 25 years in prison if convicted in the case. Well, an ex-gender-neutral option for birth certificates and other state-issued identification cards is now available for New Yorkers. State Governor Andrew Cuomo signed a bill ratifying this new policy yesterday during the 10th anniversary of New York's Marriage Equality Act. Under the bill, New Yorkers can identify their sex on state-issued identification, including driver's licenses and permits, with an X. People petitioning a court or updating an identification document can also attest to their own gender identity without any medical evidence. Cuomo spoke at an event in New York City, calling it the next step forward.
When New York State does something, it sets a precedent. It is a clarion call that goes all across the nation. And when we passed marriage equality, it was a clarion call for equality. We made that statement, and then the burden fell to the other states, where they now had to defend their inequality. The federal government had to defend its inequality. And inequality is indefensible because it violates America's aspirational promise and ideal.
The new policy for identification after the New York State Legislature passed the Gender Recognition Act earlier this month. Well, 2 months after being convicted of killing George Floyd, Derek Chauvin will be sentenced today. Many are demanding a stiff penalty for the former Minneapolis police officer. Daryl Forges joins us from Minneapolis with a preview.
So Derek Chauvin's future rests in the hands of Judge Peter Cahill. Later on today, the prosecution will argue that Chauvin should serve the stiffest penalty. On the other side, the defense will argue that Chauvin should serve a lighter sentence, perhaps even probation, and even a new trial. Derek Chauvin escorted away in handcuffs 2 months ago.
Guilty.
Found guilty on all 3 counts for killing George Floyd. Now, as the former Minneapolis police officer returns to court, the focus is on how long he'll spend in prison. The guidelines for someone with no prior criminal history like Chauvin call for a sentence of up to 15 years for second and third degree murder and up to 4 years and 8 months for second degree manslaughter. The prosecution is asking for at least 30 years, citing multiple aggravating factors.
There are 5 different reasons why the ordinary sentence for second-degree murder, why that shouldn't be enough, that should be more.
Judge Peter Cahill ruled in May that 4 aggravating factors could give Chauvin a longer prison sentence, including abusing a position of authority and treating Floyd with particular cruelty. The defense is pushing for a new trial and Chauvin's release, arguing one of the jurors, Brandon Mitchell, was biased after it was revealed he participated in a 2020 march on Washington. But Mitchell says he kept an open mind.
I was very curious to see where the defense went. I hadn't watched the whole video, so now I didn't know which way it was going to go.
As the community and a nation await the ultimate fate of Derek Chauvin, George Floyd's loved ones look forward to the next chapter.
I believe in Minneapolis, though I'm ready to see some real change, and it's time now.
And speaking of loved ones, we could hear from members of George Floyd's family taking the stand in testimony later on today. And no word yet on whether or not we could also possibly hear from Derek Chauvin himself. In Minneapolis, Minnesota, I'm Daryl Forges.
Daryl, thank you. The sentencing is slated to take place at 1:30 Central, 2:30 Eastern Time. Back here at home, a fundraiser to help offset expenses for a SUNY JCC and the Chop House on Main employee who's undergoing cancer treatment is happening this weekend. Lynn Kelling-Smith was diagnosed with brain cancer in March when she began struggling to string words together coherently while speaking and typing. She underwent surgery at Strong Memorial Hospital in Rochester, and the brain tumor was removed. However, cancer cells remain, meaning that more treatment is necessary. The local community has stepped up to help raise money to support her housing and treatments now. One big push is underway by the Chop House on Main, where Kelling-Smith was an employee before her diagnosis.
I know cancer is near and dear to all of us because we've all had somebody affected by it. So we're very family oriented around here. Lynn's part of our family. We love her here, value her here, and it's not the same without her, and we'd love to see her soon.
The benefit at the Chop House on Main will be held this Sunday from 1 to 5. Tickets are $30 and will include a build-your-own pasta buffet with sides, 2 alcoholic beverages, and desserts. There will also be a basket raffle at the event as well. Certainly incredible to see the community come together. We thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. Let us know what you guys think about these stories and more in the comments down below, or simply send us a hello on this Friday afternoon. It's great to see Robin, good to see John, Ella, Kathy, great to see Pam, Lisa, good afternoon to Wendy and Donna as well. Hopefully you all are having a great day out there. Well, now let's check in with Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, who's standing by with a first look at our weather, and it looks pretty nice outside, Dakota.
Yes, it is. It is another great day, but don't be fooled because this sunshine is actually going to be going away as we go through the afternoon. It's going to be filtered with some clouds as they come in. But right now in Olean, 72 degrees and the dew point close to that 60-degree mark at 59. And again, we talk about it when the dew point reaches 60. That's when you start to feel the humidity in the air, and you'll see some of the cloud cover actually starting to come our way now. And this is going to be filtering in through the afternoon, so the sun will go behind the clouds, but it's still going to be a nice day. Temperatures in the upper 70s to around 80 degrees in most areas today, so it will be nice. And the one thing that we will see coming back once again is the rain, and we've upped the rain chances to about 60% for tomorrow. We're feeling more confident that rain will become more widespread in area tomorrow. Then it goes down to a 20% chance on Sunday. Then as we go into early next week, we'll see a few more rain showers because of the oppressive humidity. We'll talk more about that later. 76 was the high yesterday. We started the day at 58, 94, and 34 are the record highs and lows for this day. So through the afternoon, the sunshine will go peekaboo behind some clouds later on this afternoon, warmer and more humid, and it will be breezy once again. 80 on the highest hilltops to 85 at the Lake Erie shoreline. South wind 10 to 25 with some wind gusts near 30 miles an hour. It stays windy tonight, then the humidity, oh my goodness, it goes all the way up from here. We'll talk about it in detail with that 7-day later in the show. Justin?
Summer's back, it looks like, Dakota.
Summer's here.
Yeah, we'll look forward to that forecast coming up in about 10 minutes. We'll see you then. Dozens of people were arrested for their involvement in criminal rings of drug trafficking. Drugs like heroin, cocaine, oxycodone, and firearms in Albany and the surrounding region yesterday. New York State Attorney General Letitia James says the indictments against 47 people followed a year-long investigation of 2 rival gangs and will help combat the recent surge in violence in that city. James's joint investigation with Albany Police and the FBI resulted in the seizure of almost 1.2 kilograms of cocaine and 140 grams of heroin, which was mixed with fentanyl, along with oxycodone, $40,000 in cash, 9 firearms as well. The indictment unsealed yesterday includes more than 700 counts.
During the course of the investigation, our investigators discovered that members of the Downtown Associates gang were using the social media platform Snapchat, in order to traffic illegal prescription drugs, namely oxycodone.
Charges against 47 people include operating as a major drug trafficker, criminal sale and possession of a controlled substance, enterprise corruption, and criminal possession of a weapon. At least 4 people have died in yesterday's partial collapse of a residential condominium in Surfside, Florida. Officials there say 159 people are still unaccounted for at this hour. Local officials worked through the night to try to find any possible survivors. Nadia Romero reports from Florida with the details.
The search for signs of life enters a second day.
We are going to work as hard as we can to continue our search and rescue effort. That is our priority.
The South Florida community waiting and praying for any positive news from rescue workers as they comb through debris from the Champlain Towers South condominium.
Right now, we're just hoping out for the best. They're obviously searching through the rubble to see if they can hopefully find some survivors.
The 12-story building partially collapsed early Thursday morning. Dozens of search and rescue workers and fire department officials doing whatever they can to find survivors.
We are pulling additional resources from FEMA to assist and to provide relief for some of those individuals.
The roof was undergoing work at the time of the collapse, but it's unclear whether that's a factor that led to the tragedy. The building was built in 1981 and contained 136 units. The nature of the collapse will make it a very slow recovery process.
The search and rescue team worked throughout the night, and it was a very active scene from above and below. And we also brought heavy machinery onto the site to assist with the operation.
Meanwhile, those with loved ones still unaccounted for, hoping for a miracle.
How from one second to the next second, a dramatic change in life. It's unbelievable.
In Surfside, Florida, I'm Nadia Romero.
Nadia, thank you. Crews are planning to start using heavy machinery to pull the rubble from the site. They're facing challenges, though, like fires, water pumping, and shifting materials. More than 100 firefighters are now on scene there. Well, coming up, a lot more to tell you about. We're live at the Chautauqua County Humane Society to meet a new furry friend in our Pet of the Week segment. But first, the charges levied against a Jamestown woman accused of fighting with police at a local 7-Eleven. Stay with us as WNY News Now continues on this Friday afternoon.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
Located along the Amish Trail, the Randolph Retail Company offers a variety of clothing, jewelry, and gifts for any occasion. Offering uptown merchandise at small-town prices, our locally owned business balances quality and value. With complimentary gift wrap here at the Randolph Retail Company, we pride ourselves in personal service. Check out our Facebook page or stop in today at 127 Main Street, Randolph, just a 20-minute drive from Jamestown.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Honest John's has what you're looking for. When you want it good, we're gonna give you lots more.
From freshly made subs to the best of pizza and wings, Honest John's has what you're looking for. And now 2 great locations, East 2nd Street and Fairmount Avenue. Order takeout or delivery today online at honestjohns.pizza.
You're gonna get it good at Honest John's.
Have the best summer ever with endless adventures at Girl Scout Summer Camp. Financial aid available, open to all girls. For more information, call or go to gswny.org.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
A 20-year-old Jamestown woman is accused of fleeing, then fighting with police following a domestic dispute at a local convenience store this week. Jamestown police say Hayden Gutchard was screaming and jumping on a vehicle in the parking lot off the North Main Street 7-Eleven yesterday evening. When officers arrived there, they say Gutchard fled on foot. Now, following a brief struggle with police, officers say she was taken into custody a short distance away. She was taken to Jamestown City Jail and charged with second-degree obstructing governmental administration and disorderly conduct. Well, a rare Washington win for bipartisanship. President Joe Biden has reached a deal with a group of Democrats and Republican senators to move his infrastructure plan forward. But there's still much to be done on Capitol Hill. Karen Kafa reports.
It's been a very long time since the last time our country was able to strike a major bipartisan deal on American infrastructure.
President Joe Biden and a bipartisan group of senators say they finally have a deal on an infrastructure spending plan.
This agreement signals to the world that we can function, deliver, and do significant things.
Republicans and Democrats who worked on the framework of the deal with Biden were with the president at the White House Thursday.
We didn't get everything we wanted, but we came up with a good compromise that's going to help the American people.
We all gave some to get some, because what we did was put first the needs of our country.
Lawmakers still have much to do, but finding an agreement that could potentially pass with 60 Senate votes is an important first step. The total cost is said to be around $1.2 trillion, more than $1 trillion less than what the White House initially proposed, with about $559 billion in new spending, according to multiple sources familiar with the matter.
We've agreed on the price tag, the scope, and how to pay for it. It was not easy to get agreement on all three, but it was essential.
That spending focused on physical infrastructure like the nation's roads and bridges and internet. Democrats will try to pass Biden's so-called human infrastructure plan, which includes proposals for child care, elder care, free community college, and pre-kindergarten, without Republican support, using a budget process known as reconciliation, which only requires a simple majority in the Senate. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
Karen, thank you. Now, there still are some significant hurdles ahead. For one, supporters of the deal have to find a way to get 60 yes votes in the Senate to proceed to debate. Well, Jamestown High School seniors will move on to their next walks of life after graduation this evening, and multiple students are getting some extra recognition for their outstanding academic achievements. John Carlson will be studying computer engineering and biochemistry next year at Clarkson University, and he's the valedictorian for the class. Now, Ryan McLarkey, who will be attending the University of Rochester this fall to study optical engineering, is salutatorian. Now, 24 graduating Section 6 scholar athletes were also recently named. In order to qualify for that, the students have to have had a grade point average of a 90% or above for 6 semesters and be a starter or an important reserve for their respective teams. Graduation will be held at the Chautauqua Institution Amphitheater tonight at 7. There are no restrictions on the number of attendees, but anyone who's unvaccinated is required to wear a mask, including kids under the age of 12. Well, sticking with graduation news, Faulkner High School held its 73rd commencement last night. In total, 88 students graduated in the class of 2021 during the outdoor ceremony at Bill Race Field at Faulkner High School's grounds. The class's valedictorian, Michaela LeBaron, spoke to the legacy her classmates will leave behind, including a newfound tradition.
Our class wanted to start a new tradition at Faulkner, drive your tractor to school day. I know I did not want to miss this event. Participants had their big tractors, and then there was me on a little lawnmower holding up the entire parade. At least the weeds growing in the cracks of the road are trimmed short now.
Now, LeBaron also expressed her thanks to teachers, staff, and family for their support over the past year, with big hurdles like the global pandemic impacting the way that they learned at school, but definitely not their spirits. Viewers can watch the full ceremony from last night on our Facebook page now. Really incredible to see. And I know Dakota was there last night as you're celebrating a great graduation within your family. And really, it was a great time. And those kids, when you think about this past year, we've all been through much, but I feel like those kids really, especially with sports, clubs, activities, sometimes they weren't able to do what they wanted to do, or it would be in such a different way. It was great to celebrate all of that and all that hard work that they've done.
Yeah, and I mean, I was there because my oldest nephew, I have more than one. That's why I say I'm older than dirt. But my oldest nephew graduated, and I have not been more proud of him than I was last night. And and this past year and a half definitely has really took its toll on students. And I can attest, and I can say from my nephew's point of view, he really struggled with virtual learning. All of last year, he really struggled with it.
Right. You need that hands-on in many cases. And I know some kids maybe liked it, some kids didn't like it. But and part of the academic process, and we've talked to Jamestown school superintendent about this quite a bit on the program, is that social element that these kids maybe didn't have in the same amount. I know listening to the commencement speakers and to the valedictorian last night, she mentioned that even though this last year was different, she was still happy to have some of that hybrid in person. So I think a lot of people looking forward to this fall, and as they head off to college or maybe enter the workforce, we definitely wish them all the best of luck, and especially to Dakota's nephew out there. So they're looking good. Good-looking family you guys had last night. It was good to see you.
Because it was Wednesday, my niece moved up from Washington from 8th grade, pardon me, and then obviously yesterday my oldest nephew graduated. So yes,
big time in the Hunter household, that's for sure.
Yes, it is. Big time in the Hunter and Lang households.
Absolutely.
And I am older than dirt. Speaking of older than dirt, let's take a look at the wind gusts yesterday, and it was windy. Did you notice yesterday? 33.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Definitely.
I know. Whew. Yeah, I know. Justin was out there in middle field.
I was in the middle of the field.
Yes.
And the camera was.
He was holding the tripod because it was just like it almost would have blew away. But 33 was the peak wind gust at both the Dunkirk and Jamestown airports yesterday, and it's going to remain breezy once again today. So hold on to your hats once again. But hey, today might not be a bad idea to get out on the Lake Erie water. 63 is the water temperature off Buffalo, 66 off Erie. South wind 15 to 20 knots, and wave heights about 1 to 3 feet. So the wind might be good for the sailboaters out there, because of course the sails, you want some nice wind to help propel the boats out there. Tonight, Tarp Skunks are back at home tonight. They are taking on the Batavia Muck Dogs tonight at 7 o'clock. 78 degrees at the first pitch, partly to mostly cloudy, and then we should stay dry through the game, going down to around 75 degrees down there here in Jamestown for the game. So go Tarp Skunks as they play the Muck Dogs tonight at 7 o'clock. Live look downtown shows you a few of those clouds starting to move in now. We're at 74 degrees as a noon hour. Healthy southwest wind of 17, got a wind gust of 33, and the dew point, there it is at 60. And that's what we're going to be watching through the weekend, because the dew point is going to be rising, and you'll see it here on the muggy meter. Look at where it's going. We're up into the muggy category tomorrow, still for Saturday. Then we go into this oppressive level as we go into next week. That's the near tropical humidity. That's the air you can wear when your clothes just stick to you. That's going to be what we're going to be dealing with as we go into early next week. So here's what's going on. This is the boundary that we've been keeping an eye on. It looks like part of this is going to be moving close to the region, so that's why we've upped the rain chances for tomorrow. And you'll notice a lot of flash flood warnings back in Missouri and portions of Kansas back there as well on the southern leg of that boundary. So let's take you through Future Scan, and you're going to notice here that it does try to spark up a couple of these light rain showers coming off the lake. I don't think those are going to materialize, but it should stay dry through the day today, and especially this evening. As we get into the overnight, there may be a couple of isolated showers developing overnight before the front actually moves our way, so you'll see a better chance of rain through the day tomorrow. This is not going to be all day rain, or it's not going to be raining everywhere, but the chance of rain has upped because rain chances are calculated in area. So, but there will be a chance for a few more showers Saturday night, and then Sunday looks like it's mainly dry. We won't rule out the chance for at least an isolated shower, but the majority of the day will be dry with partial sunshine. So the inland areas today much warmer than it was yesterday. Alan Jackson said it best: there ain't no cure for the summertime blues. I got the next 7 days of your life right there. 81 71 tomorrow, 85 on Sunday. It should be dry, but the humidity really up there. Scattered showers and storms basically each and every day next week, with the humidity in play and temperatures hovering right around 80 to the mid 80s. We'll take a break and be right back.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
I know what you're thinking. I need a job. I need a new career.
Well, I've been there.
I've been there.
I've been there. I wasn't happy with what I was doing. After high school, I didn't have a plan.
I just wanted to start working. I got laid off twice, but you gotta keep going.
You just need the right skills. Find an apprenticeship.
I found a 2-year IT program.
I found a medical course online.
I'm now a consultant in the tech space.
You have more options than you think. You can do this. You will find something.
You will find something new.
Honorary Forest Ranger Betty White here, lending a hand to my dear friend Smokey Bear, because for years he's only said,
only you can prevent wildfires.
But there's a lot more to say. Like, if you park your car on tall, dry grass, the hot exhaust pipe can start a wildfire. So keep the animals safe, especially the cute shirtless one. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Welcome back to WNY News Now. In an effort to help our furry friends find a forever home, we're partnered with the Chautauqua County Humane Society, and my favorite segment is the Pet of the Week. Joining us live is Amanda Sublett to talk more about this week's featured furry friend. And he looks like a friendly guy.
He is a friendly guy. His name is Zeus. Yeah, buddy. Zeus is about 8 years old, still has a lot of life left in him. He's incredibly social. He's going to do great with cats and dogs. You can see he loves to play with his tennis balls. Turn around, jump your ball. Hey, good boy. He's very active still, but he's also on the mellow side, so he's going to be great for cuddling and relaxing. Being that he's much older, he's got some arthritic issues, so we're trying to avoid small children with him. Not that he's not going to be good with them, but small children do like to tug and pull and behave inappropriately at times, so we don't want to cause him any reason to have some pain unnecessarily. But otherwise, he'll make great friends with them.
Awesome. And you mentioned, and you see it right there in his mouth, he's all about that tennis ball. With those arthritic issues, Amanda, how does he play? Is he still got a little pep in his step, or is it something that...
Yeah, he does, but just as any old dog, when they're done, and he's going to relax and cuddle up with you and hang out. Very social in that sense. I'm told he can be pretty silly when he likes to play, but I haven't seen it yet. He does have quite a personality. He'll play with his stuffed animal, carrying around like a child carries their security blanket, so it's super cute to watch him do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like... really, it sounds any home would be good for him. You mentioned maybe not so much the kids because they do like to tug and play, but definitely maybe older kids too could be good for him. And I imagine he probably likes a big bed after playing outside, somewhere nice, cushy to go lay down.
A lot of first-time adopters look for that easy dog who's going to relax, who's not going to require a lot of maintenance, be too energetic, and he's going to be the guy that fits that very well.
Perfect. And I know tomorrow you have a special event coming up at the Chautauqua Mall where if some of our viewers maybe want to meet Zeus in person, they can do that.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to be there from 12 to 4 with Zeus and a couple of our feline friends looking for their forever home. So if anybody wants to meet him, they get to come on out and visit for a little bit, maybe even take him home.
Yeah, absolutely. And look at, he's just chilling with the ball. What a better way to spend your Friday afternoon. So again, check out the mall tomorrow. And of course, you can learn much more about our friend Zeus or other residents of the shelter by contacting the Chautauqua County Humane Society. You can visit them online at chqhumane.org. Amanda, Brian, and Zeus, we thank you so much for joining us today on the show. And if you're looking for a dog, it looks like Zeus might be a great friend for you. He seems friendly and really happy too. So oh, look at him. Oh, he's like, will you play ball with me? Will you play ball? Dakota, will you play ball with him? Maybe?
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
We'll go down. We'll be down in 10
Toss
minutes.
that
guys.
ball to me.
Oh gosh, he's such adorable. They have so many great animals there at the Humane Society. I mean, it's really incredible. If you want a friend, that they say adopt, don't shop, and it's so true. I mean, you have a lifelong friend for sure. Well, that's going to do it for us today. Of course, news continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com and on our mobile app. We'll leave you with this live look over Chautauqua Lake. Hopefully, everybody has a great weekend. Dakota and I are back here on Monday. We'll see you then.